Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Gaiden, and this is BONZE Adventure. BONZE Adventure on the PC Engine. This is by Taito, and it is a platform sort of shoot 'em up game, really. It's a bit like... let me think. New Zealand Story. It's a bit like New Zealand Story and Liquid Kids combined. No Liquid, no Kiwis, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. We have a little bald fella running through what looks like the afterlife, and we start the game in a graveyard, Ghosts and Goblins style. So I guess this game is an answer to Ghosts and Goblins. It came out a few years after that game. But Taito obviously liked the look of what they saw and thought, we can do something like that, but we'll use the Eastern mythology rather than the Western mythology in our game. Hence, lots of Japanese-styled graves and floating spirits which are just flames. Now this is an arcade conversion, and I feel like it's actually a fairly decent one. We have no parallax scrolling in here, and I do remember playing the arcade game and it having parallax scrolling. But other than that, the graphics seem fairly accurate-ish in that PC Engine way. Musically, I don't remember it vividly. This tune is the same. I don't know if it was reproduced in quite this warbly fashion in the arcade. But my tubby little bald man there, he's quite sprightly, isn't he? Jumping around. He's like throwing massive balls around, and they only get bigger the further he gets through the game. You collect different coloured balls, and they have different elemental powers. You press down and fire, and your ball will explode into a bunch of smaller balls. Those gravestones there with the eyeballs are really creepy. I'm now attacking a large piece of wood, which seems to be spitting out spirits. He's dead. Let's move on. That background ends rather abruptly right there, from the sky to a brown. Yeah, so the graphics aren't quite as detailed as the arcade machine, I believe. Last time I played this, actually, was on a compilation. It might have been Taito Legends 1 or 2, and on the Xbox, the original Xbox that is. And I've always enjoyed this game, because I do like platform shoot-em-ups, which this is sort of one of those. It's less platformy than, say, Mario, but more platformy, more shooty than Mario. But it's not as platformy as New Zealand Story. It's somewhere in between. It's basically Ghouls and Ghosts with an awkward weapon. You don't change your weapon. You have the balls all the way through. You can't change the balls to a different type of weapon. The way that water ends on that platform there is slightly unrealistic. Games developers back in the day didn't care about that sort of shizzle, did they? And neither should they. This isn't a realistic game, so it doesn't matter. What does it matter? It just looks slightly tatty. Yeah, so you can't change weapons, but the weapons do have a secondary firing mode, useful for taking out bosses, which there aren't that many of in this game. Some of these larger characters there, like the green-faced, single-eyed lanternfish thing. I guess that's something to do with Japanese mythology. Don't know. Chinese. I don't know where the game is supposed to be set. I think it's got Buddha on the game over screen, but that's just me not knowing anything about what I'm talking about there, so it could be something else. I mean, I don't know who this guy is. Who's this little bald guy? Is he someone famous? Don't know. You've got a stone statue there. Could be Japanese or Chinese. Don't know. It's a Japanese developed game. I just don't have the information to hand. BONZE, though. This is BONZE. This dude's name is BONZE in the UK. It's got some rather convoluted name, the Japanese version. This is on PC Engine. Did I say that? Did I actually say it was PC Engine? It's a PC Engine game. And it's quite an expensive one, actually. This Hue card, it's a Hue card, not a CD, is about £60 for a slightly poor quality copy, which is a lot of money. But it is a game that I always loved for some reason. It's because of all the Eastern stuff in it. I like all that. I like all that Eastern mysticism. I like it when a guy turns to ashes after falling into lava and then respawns with the help of his guardian angel. So I collected a red orb there, which gave me fireballs. There's some eyeballs. There's lots of balls in this game. You get a lightning one, which is purple. You get the fireball, and you get the green one, which I guess is a different element. And yeah, it does a slightly different special weapon. That ladder has got green behind it on a red background. It doesn't look good, does it? Some slightly tatty stuff going on here. Those fish are pretty damn ugly. Oh, he hit me in the feet. As a young warrior monk, I do have pretty sensitive feet, it has to be said. And anything fishy or fiery that hits me in the feet instantly kills me. And because that was a fire fish, it was double lethal. I'm not doing very well here, am I? So you'll be able to tell me what god that is there on the cloud? That's not Buddha, is it? I don't know. I'm terrible at this stuff. Limited continues. It's quite a short game. I don't remember it being this easy, to be fair. I haven't completed this game yet. I can't get past the ice level. But, because I only bought this game recently, and it's easier than the arcade version, that's for sure. The first level actually is one of the trickiest ones to get through. This level's not so bad. I can usually get through this level quite quickly, and the one after it is also fairly easy. The ice one, though, you start slipping and sliding around, it's a bit irritating. Yeah, it's an enjoyable platform romp. It's just not worth 60 quid. I don't know why I paid for it. I just got excited. I saw it as in stock. It's not a game that comes up regularly on import game websites. So I had to get it. I had to get it because I'm a fan. I used to play this in the arcade, you see. It's got specific memories of the little arcade that used to be between the two piers in my local town, old town, and yeah, many a splendid evening spent playing with this and losing the story in the same arcade. But it is fairly simple and generic stuff, actually. I've overpaid for it, haven't I? I've gone and done a bad, and I've completely. I've gone wrong. I apologise. Luckily, my missus doesn't know how much I paid for this, and I can keep a secret. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll be fine. If she finds out, though, I'm for the high jump. Yeah, it's too much money, isn't it? Anyway, it's a fun little game. It's nothing too impressive. It's not like pushing the PC Engine to its limits. Sonically and musically, it's average. It just has some special memories for me, I guess. And that's why I paid for it. So for the collector, you'll be wanting to know what the front cover's like. And the front cover of this game is okay. It's not brilliant. It's the promotional art that you've seen for this game before is the front cover of the game. Inside the instruction manual, there's not a whole host of illustrations. There's some bits and bobs in there, nothing too exciting. So even from a collection point of view, it's probably not worth the money. I'm just going to whisper that. But like I said, it has specific memories for me. And actually, as I'm playing it here, I am kind of quite enjoying it. There was a special move, you press down and it explodes your balls, and shrapnel from your balls flies across the screen and kills anything that your ball shrapnel touches. These rotating things are quite well animated in their rotation. But yeah, you can see how big your balls get. You get massive balls in this game. Lovely stuff. Right, well that's Bon's Adventure. I think it came out potentially on the US Hue card, and I doubt if it's any cheaper, to be fair. So yeah, I can recommend it as a game to play. I can't recommend you buy the PC Engine version, because it's just too much money. It's just too much money for what it is. The version on the Xbox Taito Legends compilation is arcade perfect, you know, very good. So if you've got an Xbox, get it there, or PS2, you can get that compilation on the PS2 as well. It's worth getting it there. Actually, if it comes on the same disc as Rastan, there's a couple of great Taito platform games there on one disc. Yeah, never got a really good version of Rastan, did we? That's another game I'd love to have had converted back in the day, but we got Rastan 2, which was crap. But the original Rastan doesn't even run properly in MAME, from what I remember, so you can't even emulate that. But this, you can get this in MAME all day. I played it in MAME back in the day, of course I did. But yeah, ooh, yeah, he just made that platform there. There's some spikes trying to land on my head. There's some fireballs trying to get me up the chuff. Here's some eyeballs. There's a ladder with a green background, which they lifted for halfway through the level. I don't know what these things are, like Lucky Charms? There's like a blue beady ring thing, which makes the rate of fire of your balls increase. I don't know what the thing that looks like a little beer or a teardrop does. Can't tell. But the rate of fire one is obvious in what it does. The other ones maybe just give you points? Don't know. Look at all these creepy ass ghosts pooing on me. Purple dumps. Here's a boss. Here comes the boss. The first boss in the game, level 3. It's firing very jerky balls at me. Let's just get rid of him. Dispatched. Yeah, that's Bon's Adventure. It's a good game. Well, an enjoyable game. And yeah, I don't know if it's good. I mean, I enjoy it because I've got history with it, and I like the little map. Look at his crazy legs. Anyway, 60 quid. Can't recommend it at that price. Alright then. Ta-ra!